One of the NBA's great Ironmen, LeBron James, has lost some important time of his career due to major injuries and is back in the headlines because of his sore ankle. This time, it's serious, as questions are being raised about whether he'll ever make it to the game again. Let's head straight into the video to find out. What happened to LeBron James? LeBron James has spent most of the season lifting the Lakers on his shoulders, and with just a few weeks left in the season, the weight of that duty is now taking a toll on the four-time MVP. James has missed a few games here and there, and the newest issue to haunt the aging superstar is an ankle problem. According to the Lakers coach, Frank Vogel, James spent Monday's practice treating his left ankle swelling and is still unready for Tuesday's game against the Dallas Mavericks. But what exactly happened to the NBA star? Well, he accidentally stepped on Jackson Hayes' foot while playing against the New Orleans Pelicans. This caused James's ankle to twist, and team staff immediately treated him. He could play through the pain and continue in the game, eventually scoring 39 points. The Pelicans defeated the Lakers 116-108, and James is now suffering from the effects of playing with an injury. After the injury, James said he lost all explosiveness, which was quite evident throughout his play. Despite the star's efforts, the Lakers ultimately lost that big game. To him, it was simply another example of how snake-bitten this team has been. They were having a great season, only to have their best player injured so much that he couldn't physically push them to victory. It marks the second time in James's 4 seasons with the Lakers that he is out of the lineup due to an injury, and the team has failed to make the playoffs. Will King James miss the rest of the season? Yes, you heard that right. The 37-year-old Los Angeles Lakers player will miss the last 2 games of the regular season while he recovers from a severe left ankle injury the team confirmed Friday. James, who has missed 5 of the previous 6 games after suffering the injury against the Pelicans on March 27th, is expected to heal fully, but when? It's still unclear. The announcement came only 2 days after the Lakers were officially eliminated from the postseason after losing to the first-place Suns. After entering the 2021-22 season with high expectations, James, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, and the Lakers could not live up to them this season. Their problems led to the Los Angeles Lakers missing the playoffs for the second time since James's arrival in 2018. However, despite his team's difficulties, the NBA star was able to maintain his high pace in his 19th season. Are the Lakers eliminated from the playoffs? On January 25th, the Los Angeles Lakers flew to Brooklyn to face the Brooklyn Nets and showed a level of excitement that has been rare for them this season. Their top 3 players, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook, were all fit, one of just 21 times this season. James snatched the ball and raced the opposite way on back-to-back Nets possessions, while the fans gasped in excitement. Every time the Kings scored, the audience exploded in cheers. The star smiled after the second one. He joked with former NFL great Michael Strahan, who was sitting courtside, then raced back to the Lakers bench, still smiling. The Lakers were 9th in the Western Conference at the time, and the night brought hope to the team. It seemed impossible at the time that a team built to be unbeatable would end up in the play-in round. Many others believed they might still be deadly in a playoff situation, but few predicted what would happen at the time. We still can't believe that the Lakers were eliminated from postseason contention on Tuesday by the Phoenix Suns, despite James having the second highest point average of his 19-year career this season. James was declared out for the last 2 games of the season due to an ankle ailment that had previously kept him out of the previous 3 games. This season was difficult for many teams as the NBA struggled to return to sanity as the coronavirus epidemic continued, and several teams suffered high-profile losses. No squad in the NBA will conclude the season with such a wide gap between expectations and reality as the Lakers did. Is LeBron eligible for the NBA scoring title? The Emperor will complete the regular season with a 30.3-point average in 56 games, the second highest record of his career, with Joel Embiid of the 76ers on the top list. But we're sad to announce that even after an exceptional play, the NBA superstar isn't eligible to qualify for the league leaders. He could technically still qualify by dividing his total points by 58 games, but his scoring average would decrease by more than a full point. In that case, he would still be behind Embiid and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Nevertheless, we expect to see King James back in form soon, much stronger and fiercer. Other related news: Stephen Curry is optimistic about competing in Game Game 1 against the Nuggets. The good news has finally arrived as Stephen Curry has given a green signal to his fans regarding his comeback. Only 3 days after Game 1 of a first-round playoff series against the Denver Nuggets, the Golden State Warriors were slammed with a dose of hope from Stephen Curry, who gave an update on when he would return to the court for the team. The NBA champion has missed the last 12 games of the season for Golden State due to a left foot sprain. Curry was expected to be re-evaluated by the team's medical staff 2 weeks after the first injury. Sadly, the re-evaluation indicated that the NBA star needed extra time to recover the injured foot. Nevertheless, after closing the regular season on a 5-game winning streak, Golden State earned something incredible, a playoff spot. Although, at the same time, the team has not issued an official statement confirming Curry's condition. Shams Charania of The Athletic reports that the Davison star is set to practice with the squad, so we can expect the champion to be back very soon. Jabari Smith Jr. is the betting favorite to be the first choice in the draft. While half of the NBA is gearing up for the playoffs, the other half is already planning for the off-season. So while most teams will be placing bets on the playoffs in the upcoming days, BetMGM has posted some betting odds that you'll be surprised to hear. Auburn's Jabari Smith Jr. had an incredible rookie season, scoring 16.9 points and 7.4 rebounds per game. He was selected SEC Freshman of the Year and made the All-SEC first team. And now, the rookie star has finally revealed his intention to enter the NBA draft last week. He's now the -105 favorite to be the first player selected. Smith is one of the draft's youngest players. His 19th birthday isn't until next month. Nevertheless, the young man has totally established himself as a solid defender and a capable shooter. The 18-year-old stands 6'10" and weighs 220 pounds, has the potential to be a top NBA wing. Nobody can deny that he's one of the draft's top prospects. While Smith is the favorite to be selected first overall, 2 other rookies are also near the top of the draft list, Chet Holmgren and Duke's Paolo Banchero. While both of these contenders are quite strong, but clearly not as strong as Smith. ESPN belittles RJ Barrett in NBA 25 under 25 list. If you're a Knicks fan, then you're probably not going to like it. ESPN Plus has revealed its most current NBA 25 under 25 rankings, and guess who isn't on it? RJ Barrett, to be specific. It's just been 2 days since New York finished its 2021-22 season, yet it already appears that the squad has been forgotten. The Knicks ended 37-45, good enough for 11th place in the Eastern Conference. New York has hoped to make the playoffs for the second year in a row, but their hopes were crushed. On the other hand, Barrett was one of the few bright players, but in a disappointing season, as all eyes were on former All-Star Julius Randle since the start of the season. He pushed the Knicks to the finals months before, but as his flaws became more obvious, people began to take notice of Barrett's growth. We've all seen the star's supremacy over the last few months, but ESPN appears to have missed out. Barrett didn't make the cut, according to ESPN NBA insiders. He probably couldn't care less. This season, he set a goal of averaging 20 points per game, and he achieved that smoothly while averaging 5.8 rebounds and 3 assists in 70 games. Barrett averaged 24.5 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 3.8 assists in 22 games following New York entering the star break with 3 to 13 points. With that being said, ESPN's rating is clearly biased towards stars, but who didn't deserve to be in the 25 under 25 over Barrett? We don't want to go into that debate. That's a wrap for this video. Let us know your thoughts regarding the NBA's star injury. Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.